You're late to this crypto bull market, but don't worry. The next phase of the bull market will be the most aggressive, explosive growth phase yet, with some of the most life-changing gains still on offer. And in this video, I'm going to help you to identify the most opportune projects in this bull market before they start to rip towards the upside. We're going to identify some of those coins in this video, so hit the like button, get on with it. Now guys, this is Bitcoin. It's ripping towards the upside, and you probably don't want to be buying it right now because you're probably not going to see life-changing gains from this like you can see in other coins. And if you're thinking right now, it's random, I can't work out which coins are pumping, I'm going to tell you exactly how to identify which coins are going to pump next before it even happens. And if you don't believe that, go and check this video I made yesterday where I was telling you that Render, Ondo, Beam were about to start ripping towards the upside. And since that video's gone live, Render is up nearly 20%. Beam is also pumping today while the rest of the market is flat. Ondo had a pretty good run as well. So if you missed that video and you want to upgrade your skills in crypto so that you can find the next hot project that's going to see massive upside, then make sure you subscribe to the House of Crypto with the notification bell turned on so that you can beat everyone else to watch that video and find those coins early. Now you can see that we are moving away from Bitcoin season up towards altcoin season where some of the most exciting growth phases are yet to come. But does that mean that Bitcoin's dead? Absolutely not. Go and search for Bitcoin on Google right now. Look at all the money that's still there to flood into crypto. And the big institutions are shamelessly trying to move people into crypto to bring that money in. Look, BlackRock have accidentally misplaced some news, clumsy, where they're anticipating Bitcoin is heading towards 100K sooner rather than later. This is all the smoke and mirrors game, guys. This is where the money moves into the market. The institutions are tricking people to bring that liquidity. We'll have a good growth phase, and then later on, it's time to pull out. But I know, jumping across to crypto bubbles, you're like, but there's so many coins and some seem to be doing really well, and I'm just not holding those coins. Why are these coins pumping and the ones I'm holding aren't? Well, because probably you don't know where to look, or you're looking in the wrong place. Don't worry, I'm going to show you where to look. Now, first things first, come across to CoinMarketCap and understand that as these people are entering the market, they're all identifying similar coins are about to see growth. What are these coins? On CoinMarketCap, you can see memes, Solana ecosystem, AI, gaming, real-world assets, deep in, and AI memes. Now, meme coins do offer upside, but they are very difficult for you to be able to make gains in because they do take a lot of time spent in crypto, Twitter, and other places that you probably don't want to hang out, okay? Especially when there's so much easy money to be made in utility coins right now, which is what I'm going to show you. AI, gaming, real-world assets, and deep in. These are clearly and most obvious plays and narratives to go into. Think of them like niches, and here's why. This is Google Trends. This shows the search volume right now for AI crypto in blue, gaming crypto, real-world asset cryptos, and deep in cryptos. AI cryptos is the most obvious play right now. Okay, look at it. It's huge. In March, it saw massive growth. It's now starting to trend back higher. All of these in March saw good growth. Gaming was kind of the second biggest of these. Real-world assets and deep in a little bit lagging behind, but still saw massive growth. Gaming saw huge growth in the last bull market, with people who bought Gala and other games early making 250 to 300x. All of these are starting to trend back higher, but we're still very early. But here's something you need to know. During the next kind of few weeks, we're going to see Bitcoin phase starting to cool off into like an Ethereum, Solana, large cap phase, which is kind of almost starting now. And it's during this phase where you can really set yourself up for massive success when this kind of full-blown degen altcoin season kicks in. This is the easiest phase, in my opinion, to be able to make big money right now. So coming across to coinmarketcap.com, click on AI, and here's the lesson. The large market cap AI coins are trending first. Obviously, because they're the most quality projects, which is why they've got the biggest market caps. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's not necessarily big money to be made. I need to find the small caps. I will show you later how to find some of the smaller caps. But I told you yesterday, in yesterday's video, why Render, Talbitenza were likely going to see some good growth in this early phase of the market. Even Near Protocol's seeing it. ICP, let's go and have a look at a chart. Remember this, when AI was ripping back in March, all of those projects that were going to do well now were also ripping. So go back to the charts, find coins that were ripping in March, like Near Protocol, has then subsequently pulled back all the way down 67%. It's currently down 37%. And I showed you this chart pattern yesterday that is pretty much guaranteed dare I say it, guaranteed to see yourself massive gains. Because just compare it to this Doge chart. Well, I know it's a meme coin, but that Doge chart also shows that it ripped in March, it pulled back down, it created this bottom, and then it ripped towards the upside. These are all doing the exact same thing right now. It's so easy because NEAR is now about to break out of this cup pattern. And once it breaks out of this cup pattern, you can see that it's going to send it all the way back up to these highs. And then it's going to continue on its merry way. AIOZ, another AI deep in project you can see is a little bit further ahead now, having already shredded up this space in just the last couple of days. Look, this is how to find these larger cap coins that will do 33, 40% in the next couple of days that are still in this little cup pattern. Render, we talked about yesterday, it's just tipping its head out the top. Again, Render has a lot of room to pick up towards the upside. Now, what do we know about these coins? Will they make us rich? Probably not. But they can set us up to get rich if we use them accurately. Now, these coins, you can see, $6 billion market cap. $4 billion market cap, $4 billion market cap. And no matter what you hear, many of these coins are not likely to go beyond $60 billion market caps. That's still a good 10x for NEAR, and maybe a little bit more than a 10x for some of these other ones. And that's obviously great returns. And you will see some of these returns happening sooner than the small caps over the next couple of months. Remember, that's how we can make our money, and then we can use that money to invest down the line into something else. Hopefully it's making sense so far. Okay, we have the Bitcoin hype and excitement. We then have the hype and excitement in the obvious narratives. I just showed you why they're the obvious narratives, because they were obvious before and they're going to be obvious again, and it's happening now. We also know that money moves from lower risk into higher risk. Bitcoin is the lowest risk here. We then see the lower risk coming in large caps, which is why a lot of the coins in the top 100 are outperforming the coins lower down the list. And I know you've been told by every YouTuber out there to go after the small caps because that's where you see the biggest gains. You will, down the line, see the biggest gains from some of those small caps, but right now, you will see the best short-term gains in the larger cap. Now, here's another secret to be aware of, okay? When it comes to altcoins, a lot of it is down to perception. Render's been performing well because lots of people like Render. It has good marketing. They've got lots of active users using their platform for active rendering. This is very key, okay? The perception of the market will always overrule the actual functionality of certain coins. ICP, EOS, Render, they are all perceived to be offering massive value when actually if you go on chain right now and you look at the data and the profits versus the actual market caps, they're probably all semi-underperforming. Slightly different with layer ones where it's actually linked to the performance, but buy into the narrative nice and early and you could find some winners. Now, ICP is one that many people are like, oh, this is the best thing ever when it comes to crypto. It's kind of an exciting promise and it could perhaps deliver one day. But what we can see right now is this kind of like downtrend. We can then see we're starting to put in this base area here. We have the rounded base. ICP could well get running again and show some more growth phase. Remember, we have to pay attention to the charts, the narratives, and at this stage, the market caps. The larger market caps that are still down in this bowl will perform quite well in the coming weeks. And don't worry, I'm going to show you how to find smaller caps later on in a very cool way. Now, gaming, again, a very popular narrative and a bit tricky to go and identify individual games that will start to see aggressive growth. Okay, so what do? We can go and look at market caps again. And look, some of these coins are up 40 to 60% in just the last week. Beam, this is a project number 75 on CoinMarketCap that I have my eye on. There's 30 different games building on top of Beam right now. That shows value. This coin will likely do very well in the coming weeks, even if it has a $1 billion market cap, because it's easy enough to see this doing a 20 billion to 30 billion market cap in the coming weeks and months, before some of the other games and stuff even get running. Superverse is another very popular one here. Personally, I'm staying away from the likes of Gala and some of the older coins, but to me, these are obvious picks. Beam, but Superverse is much higher up. Beam fits our nice little golf club pattern, okay? Golf club pattern. You can see at the bottom, but Superverse is already way up out of here, okay? They are all following the same pattern. Some of them are just running earlier than others, okay? Superverse has already had a really killer period of time. It's starting to run into resistance here. And yes, Superverse will 100% break this high and continue much higher. But right now, you would have been much happier buying Superverse down here. So buy the next best thing that's down here after this recovery. And that is probably going to be Beam when it comes to gaming coins. Real world assets doesn't get much easier than this. BlackRock, we've already seen being a big part of the news. Ondo Finance partnered with BlackRock. I talked about it on yesterday's video. Mantra OM is also a very good one to be looking into. Real world assets are basically tokenizing things like gold, tokenizing stocks and shares like Tesla stocks and shares, and moving them onto blockchain. This has its benefits. Instant finalization of trades means you can also buy portions of shares rather than having to buy whole shares, etc. This is obviously going to be beneficial. Not only is it beneficial, but you've got BlackRock, again, the world's largest asset manager, who own more than 2.5% of the whole Bitcoin supply, telling you that real world assets are the one to watch. Every piece of news is going to be geared towards pumping this over the next 6 months or so until like the bear market kicks in. Again, now that you've got those coins, come back to tradingview.com. Ask yourself, is it up in the Superverse zone or is it down in the Beam zone? And you can see that Ondo appears to be kind of down into this zone here. Now, I did talk about this on the channel yesterday when it was literally about to break this neckline. And you can see that it has now broken the neckline. So if you're not subscribed and you got this far through the video and you didn't subscribe earlier, this is what you're missing out on. Yeah, that move yesterday was up nearly 14%. If you're not getting gains like this consistently across your portfolio, it's because you're not picking the right coins. This is how we're doing it, okay? Ondo looks very healthy from here. Again, large market cap coin will likely run earlier. Now, Talbotens is an AI coin. Render, as you can see, is also a deep in coin. So they're a little bit mixed up, but deep in AI kind of crossover is absolutely fine. These are some good ones to look at. Go and have a look at these against the chart patterns. These top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are all pretty much decent coins. Akash, AOS I also like. There's a bunch of other ones down this list that are really starting to show some good strength. It's really not that difficult, okay? These narratives are pumping right now. Don't miss out on these narratives on the larger coins first. Now, before we jump across and look at some of the smaller caps, I want you to go and give me a follow on Twitter. As you're probably aware, making YouTube videos takes a lot of time and effort, and sometimes I miss key things that are on my mind, key coins that I'm buying at any given time. If you want to keep up to date with the coins that I'm buying right there and then make sure you're following me over on Twitter. It is House of Crypto 3 with a little blue check mark. There's a lot of other people pretending to be the House of Crypto out there, so don't get tangled up in that. If someone DMs you with my face, it's not me. I don't have time to be DMing you right now, okay? So don't give anyone your money who's pretending to be me, because I'm not going to give it back to you. I will never DM you. I don't want your money. All I want is just a hit on the like button, okay? And then YouTube will give me the money. Hit the like button. Now, later on this week, I'm going to release an AI-focused video talking about my top AI picks right now. I'm going to launch another one on gaming and another one on Deepin, another one on real-world assets. Okay, easy. Why? Because you need to know about these key sectors right now. And there's so much I want to teach you about each of these different projects that I'm kind of chucking out there right now that you need to know about. So make sure you're ready for those. As this bull market charges on, not only will you be able to make significant gains from coins that you're holding, but there'll be new launches coming out all the time that have incredible upside potential, like this one, which I've partnered with today to tell you about. This is Quai Network, which is one of the most exciting, highly anticipated layer 1 project launches of this year. Now, I recommend you come across and give them a follow on Twitter because they're going to be launching very soon. They do have opportunities for you to start earning rewards before it even goes live. Now, Quai Network is a proof-of-work blockchain, much like Bitcoin, much like Casper, but incredibly fast and scalable. Not only that, it's actually linked to an energy dollar rather than the US dollar, which makes it a sustainable model to carry into the future. They also recently partnered up with Claw_AI, making for a much more efficient and cheaper way to go and mine Quai and support the Quai Network. Therefore, if you want to go and start mining Quai, you can do by going across to the Quai Network on Twitter and following this link for the details on how to mine Quai. Quai is positioning itself to be the best proof of work out there. Okay, it's already got smart contracts enabled, which other proof of work blockchains don't have, and it's positioning itself to be a Solana killer. And this is why Quai Network has recently partnered with Stork to enable Quai developers to build decentralized applications using real-time commodity feeds, expanding real-world asset and deep-in use cases on Quai. If you want to stay up to date with everything that Quai is doing and get prepared for the launch of Quai, which is coming in the next few weeks, then make sure you go across to Quai. I'll leave a link for it down below and you can give them a follow over on Twitter and check out how you can get involved in Quai mining and other opportunities over there. Now, here's a handy trick where you can actually maybe identify some of the smaller cap ones for these narratives. If you just can't help yourself and you can't wait to just get into those medium caps and then into the small caps, I'm going to help you. Coinmarketcap.com. Go to where it says filters. And this is going to give you the ability to add drop-down filters. So we want to add a filter. And you can do things like market cap. And I can search for $10 to $100 million market cap. Now, if you try and go under $1 million, you deserve to lose everything, because most of these projects are BS. Some maybe not, but don't need to mess around with that. It's too risky. If you're newer to crypto, you shouldn't be really going under 100 mil, in my opinion, because it's so bloody difficult. I spent all my life, at the moment, it feels like. This is why I have bags under my eyes and I can't sleep, because I'm looking at crypto all day long. And I still think it's better to be in the mid caps. But if you can't help yourself, 10 to 100 mil, apply filter, show results, and then you can see a lot of coins with sub 100 mil market cap showing good growth in the last few days. Okay. Now, what you want to do is search for the ones that have been performing strongly in the last few days. And this is going to give you an indicator of what you can go and learn about. Why? Because a lot of these projects are starting to capture people's attention. So you'll notice the biggest market caps are at the top. To me, should make sense. But you're going to notice a lot of some smaller market cap coins are also starting to gather attention. Now, these are meme coins. Stay away from meme coins and AI. Just because they're saying they're AI, they might have the most minor kind of connection. Don't get too excited about it. Dione protocol. I don't like the look of this pump chart. Okay, it looks a bit crazy for me. Go and look at Neural AI. Do I know what this is? Absolutely not. Click on it, and you can see that this has been growing nicely. Alex Becker has talked about Neural tonight. Here is something key to note. Alex Becker is the biggest influencer when it comes to crypto on YouTube right now, okay? Because he talks about something, it tends to go up, even though he tells you not to buy the coins that he talks about. Now, there are kind of big channels that have not much clout. You need to identify the channels that have clout when they talk about them. It can really help us. Okay, but don't buy it straight after 3 or 4 days after Alex Becker's been talking about it, because it will see a dip lower. We can go across to Twitter and see that this is pretty undiscovered right now. There's still growth available in this, in that there's not many people looking into this, and that's a very good start. Remember, we're trying to work out if anyone is not yet in this project and if it has potential. It has potential because not many people are in it, and you've got big influencers already starting to talk about it. Supercharge your gaming with AI-powered 3D modeling. Let's go back to the narratives. Does it fit into AI and gaming? Check, check. So we now know the narratives are good. Come down below. It's got some good names here. It's got Nvidia, the world's biggest AI company. It's got Taubetenza. Now you can go and find out more. Generate 3D assets for your game within our app. Totally for free. Supercharge your modeling, workflow, and asset generation with AI. Now, obviously, go and do some more research into this. I'm just going across this. If this is the right one, I'll bring it up in the AI video later on in the week. But just for now, glance across at it. It looks interesting. So what I would go and do now is find out about the team. Find out about active users. Find out about key partnerships with big crypto projects. These are the things you need to know. If you understand these things, then where do you go next? Well, we need to go and search for Neural on the crypto chart. And I hope you understand that this is as we go through it, okay? I don't know anything about this. This is just as we go through it. Now, here's the first concern. If you come down below, you can see that it is not yet on any centralized exchanges, which is maybe a little bit less appealing when it comes to bull markets, because new users want to be on centralized exchanges where they can access different cryptos. And if you want to access different cryptocurrencies at the lowest price available, then sign up for Bitunix, which is linked down below in the description. It doesn't require a KYC, it doesn't require a VPN, and the fees are incredibly low compared with the likes of Coinbase and others. If you want to be able to access small cap crypto projects with some of the best return potential, then go and sign up for Bitunix, link down below. You'll also get a bonus for signing up through that link, and trade over in Bitunix to see some of the cheapest fees available. Absolute no-brainer. But despite all that, let's have a look at Neural AI on the charts. And what can we find out here? Well, you probably have missed the boat on this one, because you can see Neural AI has had a lot of kind of excitement. And this is probably due to when Alex Becker has been releasing videos over a period of time. So be a little bit cautious about these ones. Come back to CoinMarketCap, come down through the list and go and identify another one, Netmind token, NMT. Again, click on the Twitter, AI powerhouse for the future. Contribute your GPU powers. This has been something that's very popular, renting GPUs, contributing power, because there's a bottleneck in the development of AI, okay? Because to develop an AI project takes a lot of bandwidth, okay? That's really expensive to borrow and rent. This is why this project might be interesting, okay? Now, I get it. That might all sound very confusing, and don't worry, in the AI video later this week, I'll explain in more details. I just want you to go through, find out a little bit more about some of these projects, have a look at what they're about. Netmind, you can see many more followers, lots of kind of influencers kind of on board looking behind this one. Seems to be in the right niche narrative. Go and learn more about the team, if they've got a decent team or not. Then come across to the chart and have a look at what's going on. Now you can see this has been selling off pretty aggressively for a long period of time. Now what we would anticipate is this kind of maybe having a pullback. Now what we're looking for, remember the cup. Remember this cup, okay? Netmind could well bounce around in this area. And when it breaks this cup pattern, okay, properly breaks it, then it tells us it's a safe coin to enter. This means you have to wait and be patient, and you don't necessarily get the best entry on this, but the entry is still very good because this is a smaller cap. But remember, the larger caps have already proven themselves. This hasn't proven itself. That's why you've got to wait for it to break above here. Go and learn about the project, and if it starts to break back above here, it gives you a good entry, and then you can see a nice return on investment all the way back up to these highs. If everything goes well, then you found yourself a bit of a winner. Hopefully that's all made sense. Remember, as we go through this bull market, I'll continue to educate you and teach you what you need to know to be able to identify the best winners. The easiest thing, and hopefully the thing you're going to take away from this video right now, is to focus towards the top 5 market cap coins on those kind of different key narratives, and then find ones with charts that look like this rather than charts that look like this, and you're going to be much happier. Okay, hit the like button if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you tomorrow in another video. Bye-bye.